All right, y'all say hello to the Spillers.
Hey, Spillers.
Simmy, say hello.
Hey.
You gotta look at the camera.
Hey.
Mama.
Oh, look, you see what?
See, they funny acting, but y'all know I'm gonna put them on the microphone. Would be great if I didn't. All right, we've already said our prayers, Spillers. My people send me they used to be praying on camera, but we already prayed. So we got to get right to the thing. We talking about y'all cheering. Y'all ugly kids. That's what we finna talk about.
Yes.
They ugly. All right, here we go.
Hey.
Hey world, welcome to the Spill Podcast, your favorite podcast featuring your favorite podcast host, me, your girl, Mrs. Wilson. Welcome back, Spillers, to episode 15. What it do, what it do, what it do. We got 15 episodes in season 2. I don't think I had this many in season 1. Anyway, welcome back. I'm super duper excited about this episode. I got the teacher squad in the building. My girls, they not new to this. They are true to this. This is what y'all like third time in the podcast.
You know.
They gonna be and maybe still nervous. If they don't grow up, the hell, get up. Somebody else to do it.
I'm with you.
Anyway, I got my girls in the building, 2 of my most favorite educators in the entire world. They are my mentor educators. If I need advice, if I need material, these 2 are who I go to because, I mean, I'm almost 10 years in the game, but I'm still novice compared to them because they like a double, they up there. Anyway, McDaniel, welcome back.
Hello, Spillers.
Yay, are you excited to be here?
I am excited.
You cute and dressed up and stuff like a first lady, baby. Like you trying to catch something, ain't you? Baby shining. You got on that good apple green. You got your pearls on. What you doing, daughter? What we doing? What we doing, daughter? And then I got my boo, the one that makes the best nicknames in the world. I got Smith in the building. Hey, Smith. How are you?
I'm awesome.
Welcome back to the podcast. I'm excited about this episode, Spillers. So we're going to get straight into it. It is our mental check-in time. Spillers, you know what time it is. This is the time that you stop, you pause for the cause, and you just reflect and connect with your mental emotions. When we talk about how we are doing or how we are feeling, it's always good to use emotional words. That way you can identify with what is actually going on with you. So do whatever it is you need to do, Spillers, to connect with yourselves mentally, emotionally, and identify with how you are feeling. So we're going to start in the podcast room because y'all know when you come in the building, Smith messes stuff up, Lord help. I don't know if it was the rock town or what. Sister is saying hot. She gonna give us a good emotional word today. All right, Smith. We're gonna start with you, sis. How are you emotionally?
I'm actually very well. I've been, with my new position. The Lord has blessed me so.
Won't he do it?
He'll do it. Won't he will. He did that, and I just, just like I shoot y'all that text that day, just out of the blue, I was like, Lord, I just got to thank you for this, because it's just, the stress level and everything it helps with. That's why I was encouraging you, McTown, because it really, and not to shoot down, the classroom, but y'all know how they do educators, especially teachers in the classroom. The demands are through the roof, and it's just, it doesn't, and then we got to fight for raises and all that crazy stuff. So it's just a breath of fresh air to not have so much on you.
Yeah.
So much, with demands, and you can just do that job and You can go. I don't take nothing home.
Exactly. And that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Like literally, mentally, emotionally,
Yes.
like that's a blessing to be able to go to work, do your work, go home, and not have to worry about nothing.
That's right. And I'm able to give that time, to my family
Yes.
more,
Yes.
Whereas I was always in front of the laptop. Or I always had a stack of papers. I always trying to catch up on something, a deadline here, there. So I'm great. I'm thankful.
Amen. Thankful. Maggie Doe, is your go boo. How are you?
I am well. I am blessed. On this day, I'm grateful. Today has been a great day. Spent it with my church family.
Yeah, you've been in church all day. You
Every
better be blessed, thankful, grateful, tired.
I'm good tired,
Just
but
shout. I
okay.
mean, yeah, all that. Hallelujah.
Yeah, but I'm lovely.
Praise the Lord. That's good to hear. Well, I am well. I just got back from the Black Effect Podcast Festival in Atlanta, Georgia. That was super dope. I am going to do a bonus episode next week about that with my husband. I'm going to allow him to ask me some questions. Lord, I don't know what the hell you're going to say. Y'all just pray for me because that Negro. Listen, I may have to just do another episode by myself because he gets on and he makes me nervous. But I'm super excited. I'm refreshed. I had an amazing time networking. I've learned a lot. I had an amazing conversation with a few stars or celebrities or whatever you want to call them. And it was just awesome. I'm a little tired, but I'm okay. I'm well because I know that once we finish recording, I'll be able to rest and reset for work this week. And I know this week is one of those kind of a week that I really don't have to stress a lot. So I'm grateful for that. As Smith said, I'm also in a position like hers to where I can do my work at work and I can come straight home. I was literally looking at my calendar while I was at the airport, y'all, and I promise you, like, looking at the weather and looking at other things, and I was like, dang, I get to come home from work. Like, I'm going to be super rested and super good this week. So all is certainly well with me, Spillers. I got 2 imaginary guests in the building. I know y'all didn't think I was going to let y'all slide. Sammy, come.
No.
Sammy said no, she wanted to come. Okay, well, can you at least tell us? Sammy is one of my amazing supporters. She's been my A1 since day one. She's shy, quote unquote. But can you just tell me what I can tell the Spillers? How are you feeling emotionally, mentally? Okay, Cindy says she's well. Siobhan too. Y'all know Siobhan, this ain't her first time in the podcast room, but please don't put her on blast because she will give you this look, baby. It's that look that your mama give you like, didn't I tell you? It's one of them looks. But I'm going to ask her anyway. Bun Bun, how are you?
I'm straight.
She's straight. Y'all heard it, Spiller. She's straight. She said that she, what you say?
I don't stress.
She don't stress. Last time she said, just a little sleep, you be all right. So all is well with us, Spillers. I pray and hope that all is well with you. If it is not, you know what to do. Say something so that we can do something. There's a plethora of resources for mental health, prayer, your churches, your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers. Somebody, I promise, is assigned to help you. If you say something. If you don't say something, we cannot do something, okay? All right, now it's our social media shout out time. If you have not followed us on the Spill Podcast, what you waiting on? Follow us on Instagram, the Spill Podcast 21. I think I'm going to change or add a letter to it. It'll be like the Spills with a Z. And I was thinking about that and kind of praying about that because when I was networking at the podcast festival, people were trying to follow me, and every time they put up the Spill Podcast, it was like other ones, and I was like, oh, they ugly selves, and they don't even be doing nothing. They stuff old, they ain't post or nothing. So I think I'm going to add, I'm praying about it. I'm not going to move yet, but I'm praying about maybe adding a letter. Something is going to have to change, though, because there are several Spill Podcasts that I wasn't aware of that when I did this in 2021. But I'm going to change it. But for now, we are the Spill Podcast 21 on Instagram, on YouTube and TikTok, or YouTube, we're the Spill Podcast. TikTok, we're Spill Podcast. And then if you want to just look at my public posts on my personal Facebook page, it's T'Challa Wilson. Now, if we're friends, you'll see a lot of stuff. But if we're not friends, you'll see mostly everything to Spill in Jesus. Okay? So, McDaniel and Smith, did y'all want to shout out y'all social medias, or what y'all doing?
The Spill.
try to give my podcast guests that opportunity just in case they have something going on they want the people to know
I
about.
ain't got no product.
But
I ain't got no
Listen, I can't.
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, I guess my spill is. So follow the Spill podcast so that you can stay abreast everything the spill. Now we are moving on to our spill trend. The podcast is growing, but when them checks start coming in, I'm gonna have different effects and stuff. You know, I'm looking forward to that. The spill trend. I'm tired of saying it. I just tired of saying it. I've been saying it a long time. So this week, y'all, we're going to talk about the Missouri teenager Ralph Yarl. Have y'all heard about him?
Yes. That was in my hometown.
That was in your hometown, boo. You gonna have to go in there and check on them elders. Cause listen.
That's suburb peace.
We gonna right. But we're gonna hit this and quit this one time because when I was sitting in my bedroom last weekend watching the breaking news on David Muir about this, I was pissed the hell off. Like, I was bothered, I was disturbed that this is even still happening, that I'm still even having to have this conversation about the little 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay. So for you all that don't know Spillers, there was a 16-year-old black prince had the responsibility, which obviously indicates that his parents trusted him, that he was responsible, that he knew how to get the job done, to pick up his younger brothers from a friend's house. Unfortunately, he accidentally went to the wrong house, y'all. Upon walking to the door, he wasn't even at the door to knock long enough. An 85-year-old homeowner, white male, shot through the door, shooting the young black man, and then came out and shot him again and yelled at him, "Don't you come back round here." I don't know if that's how he said it, but I can just imagine that's how he said it. 85-year-old white man, young black boy. After Ralph was shot, y'all, this is the real sad part. The young man ran to two neighbors, two houses next door. These people did not give him help. Bloodied, just bad. He got to the third house, and as soon as he went to proceed to ask him for help, he collapsed. And obviously that neighbor saw that, it was something serious, so he came out, of course, to help this young man. This young man, you all, has a reputation in Kansas City, Missouri from his family, his teachers, his neighbors, his classmates, his school, his friends, for being very accomplished, amazing, respectful, kind, and a talented young black man with a talented and amazing future ahead of him. Now one thing I can say, his classmates been going in. I don't know if y'all seen it on the news, baby, but they've been stumping the neighborhood through the school, during school hours, protesting. And I looked at the crowd to see the diversity, and it's black, white, all of them. And they're going in supporting this young man. Unfortunately, the white man that allegedly shot him, he was 85. Thank God the young boy didn't die. And it was shot in the head and the arm. But the white man ended up turning himself in because at first they were investigating, so they did not press charges immediately. It was so sad. Girl, when I say I was pissed off, because I'm like, damn, like an investigation?
Right.
Like this boy, he was 16, so he didn't have a gun, a weapon, and if you look at him, you can tell he's like nerdish.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they didn't charge the man, y'all, until over 24 hours later because they had to do an investigation. So when they charged him, they gave the older man an opportunity to turn himself in instead of going to the house to arrest him. Y'all know if the shoe was on the other foot, baby. The U.S. Marshal, they would have surrounded everybody. Our mama house, grandma, daddy, auntie, stepmama, they did all that, but they did it. They allowed this old man, of course, the opportunity to come and turn himself in. And y'all know what he pled. Not guilty. First of all, he old as hell, and I feel like when you're that old, you shouldn't even have a freaking gun.
Right.
We don't know if he got dementia.
Right.
But there's laws. There are gun laws. There was nothing hurtful or harmful. He wasn't in danger. This man was just at his door.
Right.
You didn't have
to open your door.
Didn't even have to open the door. So that's what we're getting. Because I thought about, I read about the gun laws and all of that. Unfortunately, the gun law, but he cannot at this point. Kansas City Missouri is a stand your ground, but unfortunately at this point he cannot use that because the young man was not a threat. He wasn't a threat. He had no indication that he was a threat. However, the old man probably got dementia. He probably got Alzheimer's.
Cause you see the mugshot, how he looking.
He looking crazy as hell.
Yeah.
So his
Yeah.
attorney is probably going to use that to help him get off. However, for me, when you get to a certain age, we ain't taking guns from these people.
Right.
Like we letting them be out here crazy as hell.
Right.
And then I feel like for him to say, "And don't you ever come back around here."
You
that was
had a
was
little
that not
sense.
KKK?
You had a
Like
little
what
sense.
was that?
You had some sense.
So-
You knew what you were doing.
Knew exactly
Right.
what he was doing. Anyway, so what do you all think about this situation? How do you feel? We're praying for you, Ralph. We're praying for your family. I'm happy to see he has the attorney, the young black guy that works for Ben Crump. That's his attorney. So he just posted a picture of them sitting on his back den. He was smiling in good spirits. And that really made my heart smile because I promise y'all, I've been pissed about everything, but this one right here, I'm like, now God, now listen,
Right.
like we still cannot be doing this and let this slide. But to see those images really did something to my heart. But I really wanted you all opinions considering we teach these type of students that go on to go to high school and to be really, really good kids.
Right.
How do y'all feel about this situation? We ain't showing Papa no mercy either.
None. None. I'm sorry. None. Like literally. I just feel that this society is just, oh my gosh. We are in 2023 and there are still so many of these types of stories. And a lot of times there are things that we don't know about that have happened. You know, that have been swept under the rug or haven't been, put on blast or, stories haven't been, haven't made the news outlets. But it's just so much that goes on. And I think that, honestly, the book needs to be thrown at you.
That part.
Because
it ain't like he could be living for 100 years anyway. Lord forgive me, I hate to sound like I don't have any feelings or anything, but he 85.
But he ain't had no compassion.
And he ain't got to go to the nursing home, so at least he had somebody look out for him
Right.
for the
Go
next
to
few
the
years.
jail infirmary.
Yeah.
That's what you need to be, regardless. And I'm like you, I'm tired of hearing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It shouldn't continue to happen.
Yeah.
It shouldn't continue to happen from us on us or them from on us.
Yeah.
But this war was not a threat to you by any means, and you just hauled off and just shot him through the door,
Yep.
Right.
and then came out and shot him again.
Literally.
That was premeditated.
Literally
The first shot
premeditated.
got him off your porch, or you got him away. So no, you need to be in jail.
Yes.
Go to the infirmary hospital and finish your life right there.
Infirmary hospital. That's right.
Prison infirmary hospital.
Because they gonna put him in the little,
Because that's what you need to
section
be.
for, they gonna put him in there.
Yeah.
It's not called the hospice in there, but
I'm
it's
so
something
not
close
hospital,
to it.
whatever.
But it's
Go
close
to
to
jail
it.
and then go to the infirmary so they can fix anything else you got going on.
That part.
You don't need to be free.
That part at all. Because now you're a threat to society. That means anybody, the mailman can be dropping mail off and you ready to, you blast.
But you know what? The mailman has dropped and he didn't get shot on
It
his
ain't
foot.
shot. You
Right. Right.
You right.
Yo, somebody has walked by and walking their dog and hasn't got shot. Amazon has dropped stuff on your porch and they haven't got shot. Why you shoot this 16-year-old boy?
Right.
Yeah. And then to come out, shoot him again, and say what you said. No.
And that's what disturbed me.
Yes.
I was like, the fact that he stood over him and shot him again and said, "Don't you come back around here." He wasn't expecting that young black king to live, though, y'all. He wasn't expecting that baby to live. And that baby remembered everything. That baby woke up and said, they didn't, not only did he shoot me and tell me don't come back around here, but I got up and stumbled off and went to the neighbors and they wouldn't even help me. How do y'all feel about that? We're talking about being neighborly. Like, I'm not no theologian or, I ain't been in theology school or nothing. But I know the Lord when he talks about helping your neighbor and loving your neighbor. How can you actually see this baby and be like, get somebody else to do it?
Hey.
How do y'all feel about that? Because that right there,
The
baby,
ignorance.
there's no compassion,
The ignorance.
no love.
The bigotry.
You couldn't have thought that he was finna come in there and do something to you. He's bloody.
The ignorance, the bigotry. That, baby, bigotry is, that's a strong, that hate. It's just embedded in people, like, oh my God. And I don't know, I spent not the whole weekend, but I was watching some, this don't help. I'm watching Louis Farrakhan interviews.
And you know he be mad at him and Malcolm Little or Malcolm X.
It's just so crazy how the world, so many people's minds are warped against us. You see us and you see threat just because of the color of our skin.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
We don't have to be posing a threat. We don't have to be coming at you. Just because of the color of our skin, you see threat.
You mad. You big mad. I was watching Selma, and that reminded me that the governor of Alabama, baby, that's horrible. You don't watch Selma if you emotional sensitive. And I should have learned this from my mother, y'all. My mother never liked going to movies that showed like anything racism. When I say she never, like I would literally have to beg her, well, please just go with me. When we went to go see The Help, she was mad about going in there. Then I have to tell y'all another story, an experience we had with a white man, older white man. Yes, ma'am. I was literally putting my phone on vibrate, turning it off. He picked up his cane and turned that off. I said, this ain't The Help. You'll need some help. You keep playing with me. Like, don't do that. So, you know, my mom was already like, Lord, help me, because she doesn't like that type of stuff. I had to beg her to go with me to see Selma. But anyway, I was watching Selma, and the governor of Montgomery back then did a message, and he was like, are we going to let these black people come in here and do this? We need them to be able to live how they live, and we live how we live. They're trying to cause this different parties, I guess the Democratic and Republican Party, and the voting rights, because they were trying to, you know, get the right to vote. And he was saying that, and ever since, I just think about, like, when stuff happened to black people, that's what the hell they be wanting. They want us to have our own lives, and they want them to have their own world. Period. And this is the world that they want, and we just squirrels trying to get nuts, like literally. And it's just so sad, and it's the gun laws too, because y'all know good well what we waiting on when it comes to these gun laws.
Right.
But if you think about it, it's only us, you know, African American, or people that really got issues with it, or you know, it's other races too, or Democratic parties. But you don't see a lot of most liberals. You definitely don't see no Republicans trying to stop or change the gun laws, because they know, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna mess up their paycheck, and they need the right to better arms so they can be like this old man and just shoot us for walking on that dang on porch.
You know, my mama said, we just need to go out and buy guns.
That's it.
They'll change the law.
Oh, real quick.
If we go out and arm ourselves to death like they do, and listen, I'm not trying to say
being a witness this
they, us, listen, I promise. But this is just the reality of the situation. The systemic racism, that's been going on for years.
And it's not
Go
gonna
out
change.
and buy,
load up.
Gun shops, you start seeing all these melanated folks coming through here, it's gonna be an outrage.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
That's what my mama said. She said, just let us go out and arm ourselves to death. Oh, I bet you they're changing.
And I never thought about that. I thought about that too, because the Tennessee senator, y'all, did y'all hear when the Nashville school shooting happened a few weeks ago? The Tennessee senator had posted a Merry Christmas card, and his entire family had, the kids, y'all, I think the youngest was like 7, and they all had AKs, and like, my
It's
bad.
okay if your 7-year-old's at AK
And
47, but you
correct.
limit me from getting mine.
And so one of the reporters asked him, they was like, this just happened in your city. You know, we're trying to change the gun laws, and you post a picture of your family and even your kids with these weapons that's mass weapons. Like, how do you feel about that? He said it doesn't change the fact that I feel like we should all still be able to bear arms. They asked, well, do you regret posting that picture? That man said no. And y'all know that school, that wasn't one of us. That was a different.
Wasn't it like a Catholic school?
It was a Christian school.
It was a Christian.
Christian private school. And my last question about this subject, and we got to move on, honey, because it makes my nerves bad. We already got to talk about y'all Chirren. But anyway, Smith, this last question is for you. Being a Kansas City born and raised native, how does this make you feel coming from your hometown?
That just goes to that lets you know that it's not just in the South. You know, you think racism and all of that, you know, ignorance and bigotry just goes on in the South. It goes on everywhere. It happens everywhere. Big city, small, you know, suburbs, you know, it's everywhere. Literally everywhere. Just, there are certain places that, you know, where folks mask it better than others. They hide it. You know, they show it through action of, like, you know, behind the back type stuff. And then you have places like in the South where folks just, you know,
blast it.
Yeah. I was that just to the bone core.
I can see you around the TV like, wait, Kansas City, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they said 115th Street and like 115th and Terrace, and then 115th, you know, wherever he was going, like I was like, because I didn't make that mistake with, you know, relatives' houses, because Terrace is a certain street, and then you have like the same number on. I was like, I could see how he would mess that up, you know, whatever. It just that's very bothersome, because hell, all my family, you know, up there. So I'm looking like,
Now, what
this
is my
whole little
cousin-
area right
Yeah.
here, you know, steer clear.
Right.
You know, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, we're definitely praying for young Ralph and his family. Thank God for his recovery. We're praying for a more speedy recovery. Last that I read, he was doing well and still going through the process. He's still keeping hope alive. I think he had they put a GoFundMe trip out because he was supposed to go to an educational trip to Africa this summer. And they put a GoFundMe out for like $25,000 or something to help cover that. Oh, it's like $3 million now, baby. Like the people checking for Ralph. So at the end of the day, this is a blessing in disguise, because they making sure his college paid for, his abroad trips, his family. Like, it's, you know, and I hate to say a blessing in disguise as if he was a sacrifice, but Ralph, what you meant for his bad, baby, it worked out and it's good, and he's gonna be well. This is his testimony. So we're praying for him, all of our black children. Parents, all I can say is just continue to keep your kids covered. That's all I can say. All right, y'all, we are moving on. All right, this is our little couple second break. Deborah, but we're gonna break from YouTube. So if y'all need to tinkle, before we get into it, if y'all ready to just go on, we can do what it do.
Is Wilson back?
Oh yeah, can you open the door, sit Mr. Wilson back?
Girl, you need the chicken.
You good? You can open it all the way, Bun, because I think I'm gonna try to go tinkle, because this gonna take us at least 30 minutes, and I don't want to have to wait. Yeah, because we got about 45 minutes, because we just got a few questions.
Okay. That's like a lot of
Because them some of my notes here. Yeah, this is just these 3 pages from back. The rest of my notes, stuff I can put down and stuff. He ain't back yet. Let me call him real quick.
No, I think I called him.
I'm just see if he like 3 minutes away, we can just keep waiting. You know what I'm saying? But even if he not, Bun can open the door and grab your coat. Now we can't eat chicken over here.
Listen, I was like, wait a
Look
minute.
at her, little bitty tail.
Yeah.
And then gonna sneak out and run from the camera.
I'm gonna get some chicken. No, I ain't. Y'all already know I don't even gonna play with y'all. I ain't I Hey,
We
we
know,
popcorn
Sandy.
on the way up here.
What you eat, some popcorn? Popcorn good
I had
when you
some,
trying to get that
Just
little
I had
stuff
some
in.
pork chop.
You fried some pork
Babe.
chops?
No, I'm baked some.
Oh.
Can I have this?
I know this is nice, ain't it?
What happened?
Can I have this?
Get somebody else to do it. I ordered them from Amazon because we went to the river, like when we do them outside concerts.
Get you
That's
some
a
for
power
$2, probably gonna be
house.
$3.
I'm
Amazon.
scared to do that.
It's all that order stuff from me.
Did you try to order
Because
some
I feel
stuff?
like I be want some. You got the app.
Yeah, I got that.
I got the
And you ain't got that
Send me. You the one that sent that to us. I'm trying to think,
And
was
you got
it you
that
or was it one of my
40%
cousins?
Yeah, I was like, they be like.
And it's
less
better
than
than,
that.
how long do it take you to get the stuff?
About a week.
Okay. Because I just canceled my Amazon Prime and all that stuff. Hell, I went on there, y'all. I've been paying for BET, my Amazon Prime, BET,
Get you a fire stick.
and something
Yeah,
else.
I got fire.
We got a fire stick. But I didn't know that I was paying for all of that
I'm talking
stuff.
about this is jailbrook.
Yeah, my neighbor, he real nerdy. James, like, he the tech specialist. I got you. Karen, he come to all of them. He jailbreaks them. But he did all of ours, and yeah, he did,
Am I
because,
moving? Shit.
Huh?
Am I moving this thing?
huh?
Am I moving this thing?
I don't know, did it move?
I feel like I'm moving the thing.
Oh.
Come
Yeah, I'm gonna go tinkle smellers. Y'all know this our break time. Y'all know y'all can go do what y'all gotta do. Siobhan be watching. She know we take a little pause. But we're gonna stop before. I'm gonna tingle and just re-up. Bubba, you wanna re-up? You gonna wait till that chicken come?
I'm straight. But the chicken come, I'll be straight.
Straighter.
You know what you call it. Eat.
Smell you good?
Since you use this time.
lunch, and her AP word history teacher was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." Cause when I was in school, I just did what I need to do to pass. Math, man, I ain't get math, no dog. I didn't study, practice, nothing. I've always loved English and social studies. Social studies, history, I'm nosy as fudge. So I've always been like in history. English, I'm just a good teacher and a good writer naturally. You know what I'm saying? So whatever we did in English, I'm talking about whether it's the whatever, I'm acing it. Social studies, I'm low acing it, high B it, because I just love history. That nigga loves science and math, but she grasps anything. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't know. So yeah, next year, council committee guys say, "Hey, we did this," and I'm like that. And I'm just like, Jesus, like. But I told her, nigga, you know, if you ever need help, you going to touring. Like, they say, "Mama, we gotta get up tomorrow and go to touring because it's on the way." I think that nigga gave me, it's some almonds right there, and they held me for it. And the chicken for the cook. That nigga, when I say I literally gotta go, y'all done let me have dinner at the church? Oh, it's y'all first eat program? Anyway, so, and it's almost 8 o'clock. I can't stand that thing right there, baby. And boys like that, you right, you right. Right, bitch, and that's me, Siobhan. I be mad as hell. When you be doing stuff all the damn church people, they better get on that bed. The hell? Shit. Girl, she eat grocery store, they know who to call. Yvonne. No, the hell she ain't. The Lord gave them that damn man at that church. The Lord gave them that damn man. And they gave him every other member. I can see them hope. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Yvonne if she take care of my ass. So I'm just gonna ask her that the Lord use her today. And she be like, yeah, she put that seatbelts on and shit. Now, Uber, you got an Uber account. Well, they ass would been on the van or Uber. Yeah, Chirren and the mother. The van or the Uber. Which one y'all want today? Sister Mary, you feel comfortable? Uber or the van? What we doing with this? Cause I ain't going that way today. See? Your sister ain't sick too, 'cause your ass flipping around.
Yeah, I do need to put some more t-shirts. I meant to do it. Hey, they got these at cheap for $3.
You found those? I be seeing some stuff on there, but I thought it was one of them totes. Cause it be so cheap.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you, they would take Amazon out of bid. It'd be the same.
and it be a steal. It's for a steal.
How much?
They said you get the apple. It's cheaper.
And it's free shipping.
How long you take to get it?
Well, about 7 days. About a week.
That's what I said.
Hey, it's coming straight from China.
Yeah. It was just a
That's
little
what
bit,
you
but I
gonna
need to get it all
Yeah,
out.
you
So
about
I'm
to
gonna
know.
build
No,
No, I've been drinking. I ain't got that chicken.
I've been drinking. I've been
I ain't
drinking.
trying to be
You
on.
can't hear me.
Oh yeah, you good. We can't hear us see you.
Oh, good.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna wrap it up. It just goes that thing so loud. I have to turn it up, yeah, but I keep yours on high because I know you talk low. And from the first two, you weren't
But I think
where
this
people
is
couldn't
mine.
hear you.
I think it's this mic.
No, it's you, honey.
Because every time anybody over
You don't even talk. You don't even be close to it. You already got a naturally soft voice. Like me, I can talk right here and you'll hear me full throttle. You right there. Hell, sound like you whisper. Alright, let me put the. Alright, Phyllis, we're back. Y'all know we had to do our little parade. We're back. We're gonna put our jazz people in the mix. Girl, you be alright. Can't nobody see them hands.
Yeah, they can.
Thank you.
What's Simmy say? Simmy always talking stuff. Don't even get on the microphone. Come on back, baby. Come on, baby. You know what? I ain't even gonna go through this with you today, sis. Yes, I am. I'm gonna move you back because you're gonna go back. Yeah, I'm recording. I'm trying to pull my thing back, but she acting funny. Come
You
be.
did that at the apple.
See,
That's why.
Oop! First of all,
It's 2 on 2 in here.
2 on 2. Who the 2?
She's a hero.
Look, get out.
Don't get out, sis, because she talking stuff.
Yeah, them iPhones ain't bothering.
Lay down here.
It's just a man.
Yeah,
I'm paying for it.
it's song.
There you go.
What's that? She found it up there.
How much you
Found it,
Get
girl.
that- How much is that?
$3.48. Look at this bag. Look at this bag. Get off. Get off.
What is it called? You brought it up. Y'all see that?
Talk about she shy. Girl, you is crazy as hell. All right. I'm finna hit record. That damn sip is stupid.
And show.
You said you get one, you get one, you get one.
Hey, man, you want what color you want? What color? What's your color?
I want green.
And look at her, that my green. All right, record goes. All right, spillers, we are back to our spill topic time, baby. Get y'all cheering. Get your cheering, baby. Listen, this is the teacher's perspective on the video that went viral last week. So, spillers, if you are not aware, baby, the internet has been going crazy this last week over the viral video of the substitute teacher out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, fighting a student over a cell phone. Now, let's be clear. This is not the first incident of a substitute teacher or a teacher by any means being attacked by a student. Google it, and you gonna see. So I think I saw one back from 2014. This 2023. So these children been out here on the bowl, like the kids say, on the bowl. Anyway, this one just happened to go viral, of course, on social media in a matter of minutes. I'm talking about the person posted this, and I promise you, within an hour, it had over 100,000 views. The substitute asked this particular student and all of the students in the classroom during her class time with them to put their cell phones up. Apparently, this she had to take this student's cell phone because obviously it was out, it was visible. The teacher saw it. The sub warned the student, you know, as the student started approaching her for her cell phone. Oh, I didn't say that part. The sub ended up taking the student's cell phone, but there are no videos indicating how she retrieved the phone. So we don't know how she got it, but we just saw that the substitute had the cell phone. But the student approached the substitute. As she was approaching the substitute, she was using a lot of profanity. I know she was maybe middle school, high school age, cursing at like a full-grown adult to a person that was in authority at that moment. As she was coming to the substitute, she was in her personal space. So the substitute was just telling her, like, don't touch me, back up, don't touch me. You can hear it in the substitute. In the video, the sub she was serious. Girl, don't touch me. Do not touch me. Anyway, from what I witnessed, the student was very, very aggressive and cursing at the substitute, trying to grab her cell phone. Now, the sub did appear to be on like a classroom phone, as if she was maybe trying to call for help or to call somebody to assist in that situation, but we cannot say exactly what was going on. So we're assuming that that's what she was doing. But as she turned around, the young lady kept coming towards her. And if you watch the video, you will see that the little girl, swung at the sub first. The sub didn't swing at her. It wasn't nothing physical until the little girl went and swung up at the sub. And of course, as a natural protective instinct, your reflex, what black folk call it, our reflex, human reflex, in self-defense, the substitute went in. Like, get somebody else to do it. Like the young kids say now, that little girl after ran and found out. She found out that song was about that life. Listen, there's so much in this video that was wrong and we can dissect, but we're going to go through that another day. But today we're going to talk about how about 97% of us educators feel across the world dealing with y'all Chirren. We feel like young thug, no, we going tired. We're tired. Listen, the disrespect, y'all, that these children project is sickening. It's sad. It's scary, and Lord, this cannot be what our world is coming to, okay? So we're going to dissect some major things from this video, Spiller, so bear with us because we're going to analyze this, so we're going to get straight to it, you know what I'm saying? That's just the teacher in us, the educator in us. But first of all, Smith and McDaniel and Sammy and even Siobhan, if y'all want to tap in real quick. Did I tell y'all that Siobhan and Lenitra Sims was in here, and they just singing in the background. They chilling in the background. Don't want to be on video. Sammy talking cash money. I'm talking about me going at it. The YouTubers are going to see it. But
they gonna see you.
Sammy been going at it.
Baby.
Siobhan just being her cool, chill self, just looking at us like, what's this? She got her little rock candy pineapple, she chilling. But listen, how do you all feel, first off, just about cell phones, period, AirPods, all that technology being allowed in the classrooms? How do y'all feel?
First of all, it shouldn't be.
Never
They already got laptops, already got one-to-one devices that they can use on a regular basis.
That we provide for them.
So, what you need a cell phone here? You at school, you getting dropped off, and the shorter you driving, leave that phone in your car so you can call whoever you need to call when you get to where you need to get. No, they shouldn't have them. And most schools have cell phone policies. You're not supposed to have your phone during class.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, at all.
You don't need them. These kids are doing so much with these phones. You will not believe. TikToks, fighting and recording. Ed Horse Man, which is one of the reasons. Well, I shouldn't be calling it a school.
Well, it's all right. I mean, it's public. It's a public school, so we're public educators.
I'm talking about students doing the do and being recorded. This is a middle school, so those cell phones, it's just posing too much confusion. Too much confusion. Again, like Max said, you're at school, and capable adults are in charge of you. And if parents need to be called, we know how to pick up phones and call parents.
That part.
So you don't need a cell phone.
And we have I want to make it clear too. We have phones, landline phones, in every single classroom in every school building. There is a landline phone. I'm middle school, so I have students that say all the time, "Can I call my mom real quick? Can I text you?" You're not gonna text nobody in here, but you can come up here and you can call your mama, and whatever conversation I need to have, you can have it. Other than that, we're not doing cell phones. And like Smith said, even with middle schools, these kids, they're more prone and more, when it comes to technology, they can do it in their sleep. Baby, they recording stuff and they're airdropping it at one time to like 200 students. And mind you, when your kids have their phones at school, they have them on so they can receive those airdrops. Because they know something gonna go on in the courtyard, in the bathroom, and something is going to go on. And somebody's going. I've had a student in my class, literally y'all, and I watch my kids because I'm like, these children be sneaky. And I had a student that I never would have thought in school teacher, what she do? Airdropping a video. You know what I'm saying? Like literally recording something that happened in class and airdropping it to everybody that got their airdrops available. So I agree. I don't feel like technology should be used in class. My daughter is in high school. I met her. I'm very visible at her high school. And I promise to God, y'all, just going in there to check her in or check her out or to check on her. Kids walking around, baby, on these in the hallways on what you doing? Like, what they do that at? Yeah. So that's disturbing to me. I definitely agree. I do not think that, I feel like if we tackle the cell phone policy, but I'm just going to be transparent with y'all from what I see, they had the administration, and security, they got bigger fish to fry. So they not stressing the people using cell phones or kids, because we're gonna do our job and write them out inappropriate use of technology. That's a category for us, so we can write them up for that. But they have bigger fish to fry, so they not about to be sitting down looking at 40 students that done get caught on their cell phone when they get 3-4 students just really doing the do. And it's sad, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, because I feel like then it kind of gives us. I took some kids' cell phones, and from where I work, when we turn the cell phones in, y'all, they can't get them back to the end of the day. I promise to God, y'all, I took 2 girls' I promise to God, took their cell phones during an incentive party. So y'all at the incentive party taking snaps. We're going to class during the first break. Baby, they walk down the hall from the office with their phones and they walk right past, I promise to God, right past my class.
And that don't help either. I'm sorry. Because you have a policy in place. They shouldn't give it back. So why you gonna give them back and then they look at me like I don't.
Like what you did, yeah, like literally look at me like, you took them, but look. But who picking them up? Who collecting them now? Who's saying something now? Not Mrs. Wilson. Not Mrs. Wilson. I wish I would. Right. Baby, show me one time. That's all I need. Yeah. Just one time. Baby, they walk, text out. I ain't seen nothing. Nope.
Because I'm not, because what they don't realize is it's a distraction.
It is.
And not only is it a distraction, but then it increases like the mess. The cyberbullying. I mean, and with that being such a problem in this country, you would think that they would be stricter about that. Because like fights and stuff that go on. Yeah. We're gonna see that over the news outlets because there's gonna be a student that's gonna record.
Literally.
They record. You got more people recording than going
helping.
To help. Get somebody.
Yeah.
Put your cell phone up, go
get
an adult.
I've had
go help this child.
I've had administration to come to my class on a Monday morning. Like, okay, wait, we just got here. His bus is late. Like, what he some text messages that went on this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stupid to me.
Yes.
That's stupid. And then another thing I don't think these parents be knowing about, like they act like they scared to check their children's phone.
That's the
problem. Ask me, Danielle, right now, baby. Any moment, I'm snatching. I randomly do it. Yeah. And I trust my daughter wholeheartedly. I promise I do, because she hadn't given me a reason to. But these children got spam Instagram accounts and TikTok
or more
accounts.
Than one or
That's the family. They got their main account that maybe the family know about, that the people follow, and then they got a spam account that don't nobody know about, but they friends where they post. Baby, I follow regular and spam, cause play with your mom if you want to. Right. Like I need to know what's going on at all times, cause for one, you're not gonna be out here making me look crazy as hell when I know what goes on in the house. You know what I'm saying? Right. And for two, I just need to know. And it's not that I'm being like just trying to invade privacy. I ain't invading privacy because she came at my privacy, but it ain't like I'm trying to. I'm not trying to do none of that, but I just feel like it's so much going on with technology right now. If you are not checking your kids, the world is. And what the world exposes them to, baby, it ain't no coming back for you.
And he's gonna expose them to so
much.
Yeah.
So
I think about
much.
the case in Bryant, the girl was
Yes.
cheating, and the little girl sent a picture to her to some random man.
Yes.
Like, you don't need your cell phone.
Yes.
Stuff like that. What did that mean when it came down there?
Literally. And pointed and just knew exactly who you was and did what he had to do to get you. Or just watched you for some months to watch your routine. And then, like, that stuff is
But,
serious.
you know, that's a whole nother conversation, baby, because
Baby.
Brian ain't handling that.
Baby, we ain't finna get on Brian's school
goodness.
district. The school district that y'all running to. But keep on going. Go on to the hermits. They hermits, all right. But anyway, we moving on. So listen, the technology at the end of the day, to wrap that part up, don't do it. And if you allow your kids to bring their phones to school, just have boundaries with them. I'm like that with my daughter. I don't make her turn her phone off. I do not. But I'm adamant when it comes to her being on her phone. And I'm the type of mama, I randomly message her third period. If she messaged me, and I don't even tell her, like, I've never had this conversation where I got to listen because she next one. I've never had this conversation with her. But if she messaged me back, I know you're on your phone and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So now I'm gonna have your phone at the house for a little while till you get it together. And she know it. Like she know her mom, baby, she know her mama get stupid and stupider and stupidest, and she know her mama real ignorant. She say, ooh, please mom don't.
Well, you
Just don't. Listen, baby.
I'll be right back.
Right. You remember when I was at work? I'll be back. And if I'm late, tell them to get somebody to come to my class. Because now you find you somebody to play with, sis. But thank God, hallelujah. And I'm so grateful that I don't have those problems. That's because I've had conversations with her. And I've had to teach her lessons. It may not have been to the point where I've had to snatch everything or do everything, but I let her know I'm not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? The moment I find out, then it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like until we start doing that as parents, these kids gonna continue to do what they want to do. Because why is you in? And I'm finna move on, but I ain't even gonna talk. I was with another peer teacher, and we were talking to somebody else in a setting. And the mama was saying that her daughter just calls her all day, and the teacher was like, "How's she calling you all day, sis? Like, they don't teach at her school? Like, what's she doing?" She'll just be in class, and she's like, "No, you need to tell her to not call you, and if she does, you don't need to answer." She was like, "You're part of the problem because why you answering her phone during school time?"
Like, if you call me and ask you, hey,
if it's not emergency 911, what are we doing?
Correct. Yeah. That's
part. So make them put their phones up. Everybody going without mine, without who else without.
And don't feel like you're invading their privacy. You have to stay in your children's business because so much goes on. Children out here committing suicide.
I'm talking about
all kinds of nonsense because of cyberbullying that goes on these phones. It's just ridiculous.
Your child's business is your business. So,
stop being a friend, be a parent.
That part. That's it right there, sis.
That's it.
We ain't friends, but we friends when you start paying this mortgage. And we can go have a little glass of wine or something because you paying the bill, so I'm going to have some wine with you. But until then, boo, you the child and I'm your mammy.
That's right.
All right, we are moving on. Now listen, I read some comments that said the teacher should have taken a different approach and de-escalate the situation. It probably wouldn't have gotten to this. But from watching that video, I'm trying to figure out what approach should she have taken. She was on the phone. She had already set the ground rules because the little girl she ain't took nobody's phone but mine. Obviously yours was the only one that was visible. And then if you watch the video, the people that was recording, you can tell they were sneaking and recording because it was started off on the desk, then it kind of eased up, you know what I'm saying, on the teacher in the fight. That's the only time you really saw it is when they were fighting. And that's because, at this point, don't nobody have control, the teacher or the student. Right. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, without going all the way in, do you all think that there's a different approach that the sub could have taken to avoid or de-escalate this situation?
She did. Of course we didn't see everything that happened before the video. Of course we're not gonna see all that. But she asked her to back up.
Right, she don't touch
Even when the little girl got up, she used her body, she didn't use her hands to deflect her away from her. She tried to de-escalate the situation, go sit down, whoever she was trying to get on the phone and couldn't get. She tried. She was a substitute. She's not a teacher, she's not certified. You don't know where she came from. You don't know her background. That part.
She might have came from rehab. She might have came from jail.
Off the street.
That part.
If she's not known in this school,
There you go.
Yeah.
as a sub or a regular sub,
Yep.
this is just somebody literally
Babysitting.
off the street.
There you go.
Babysitting for that
Yeah.
90 minutes or 45, depending on what your schedule setup
Right.
is. But she did everything she was supposed to do that we saw
Yeah.
that she could have done to deflect
Right.
this child
That part.
from
Yeah,
making a confrontation.
That part.
that's it.
She brought it on herself.
That's it.
Yes, 100% agree. Because number one, you in my space. What you
Personal
doing?
space,
What you
baby.
doing behind the teacher's desk?
That part. I'm like,
Baby,
and you know, every student we teach our baby.
don't play.
Baby, you don't even come past this. The student
Don't
desk.
play.
Don't
You do
come
not.
past it.
You do
Ooh.
not. You do not. You're taught that. Yeah. Expectations
So
are
day
set
one.
off top.
Yep.
This is my space. You
Yep.
do not belong in it.
Yep.
Just last week, and I'm a reading teacher. I just pulled students out of their classrooms. We were looking for something, and a little boy kind of went behind and one of the other little boys said, "Boy, what you doing back there?" I said, "Right."
Right.
Did we forget?
Right.
So you, number one, no,
Yeah.
because you're in my personal space. You
Yeah.
don't belong back here.
Yep.
That's off top before we ever
Yep.
enter that extra that you came with.
Yeah.
You cussing and you know you bucking and I mean
Nucking if you bucking.
nothing got bucked.
Ain't got bug, baby. Got bug.
I mean, y'all.
And for her to be so comfortable displaying this
Behavior.
with this substitute,
Yes.
I'm trying to see, have you done it in class before?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
have you done
Yeah.
it with somebody else?
We gonna hit on that.
Yeah.
We finna hit on that.
She
real
done done
quick.
that. She's
Yeah.
real comfortable doing it.
Very comfortable doing
And
it.
then I read somewhere.
We
where it
gonna
said-
get on that in a second.
okay,
Yeah, we finna
okay.
get on that.
But yeah,
I just wanted to get y'all perspective on if y'all
But see,
feel like,
two, somebody at the house is allowing you to challenge them.
authority.
You know, somebody's
Or
allowing you to,
Administration.
or administration,
And then
yes, is allowing you to challenge their authority and go back and forth with them about what the expectations are.
That part.
For you to feel so comfortable telling me what you get ready to do in my classroom, whether I'm the teacher, the sub, I'm a whole grown adult in here, and I have control for however long you in my room.
That
I don't
part.
care who I am.
That part.
I'm grown.
That part. And whatever rules your mama done got, that's y'all rules at y'all house. But this my house for 8 hours. So these are the rules here. Well, the only thing I think she was wrong about y'all was I put on no heels. Miss Shirley said, hell, we didn't know what she was trying to do. She didn't have time to put on no drawers. Listen, that's all I think. Sis didn't have no undergarments on. That's the only thing. Because you never know. And that's so, it's unfortunate because she wasn't expecting it. But I was her. Like, I literally, when I first started working in elementary, y'all, I used to be dressed up. I used to be cute. I used to have my heels on with my boots on with heels, my wedges, my cute heels. I used to go to work cute, wake up nigga, and put lashes on. That takes a few minutes. Like I used to go to work cute. But every year, after about year 4, I was like, these children get worse and worse. You know, niggas start wearing
Shoes every day.
I'm talking about
Ready.
sneakers. I had about 10 pair of Converse, about 10
Okay.
pair of
Yo, when I
Ugg
met this girl, she had one pair of tennis shoes.
Literally, when she met me, when she first came to watch,
Attention.
because I used to dress up and I only wore jeans and sneakers on Friday, but I used to come to work like I saw my teachers growing up.
Yeah.
But as I started seeing these kids,
It's
and you
time.
can just be out there on recess duty and a fight broke out. That ain't even your students. A fight break out. Y'all running over there trying to
It's bills.
and now I'm in middle school.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all know, I think my students, last year, I promise you, I think my students saw me dressed up one time. And one of my white students was like, Mrs. Wilson, you look so beautiful. I was like, thanks, darling, and get this it. Because I had a little scholarship for the board that I'm on to do, and I came to work after that. But no, I'm sneakers and leggings because I've always bought sneakers, but I've never worn them to work. I buy them to wear them to work now. Because you never know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going to happen on a day to day.
Shout out Weezy.
We miss you, Mr. Wyatt. We normally have, this is our first one without him, but next time we got you. Okay, so let's move on. Now these Chirren. Y'all take a deep breath. Everybody take a deep 1, 2, 3. We're going to inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Y'all play too much. Now listen. Respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Take care of E-C-T. Can't respect. Find your song, girl. Listen. Baby, these children don't know nothing about reefer. Not reefer, but reefer. They mama wasn't playing respect. No, you said they do?
I know. No, you said they don't. You said reefer.
Yeah, they don't. They mama ain't played reefer in their households because, listen, it's so different, y'all. When I say these children, and I know that I feel like one of the reasons is because unfortunately our children don't have emotional outlets to where they can really express themselves emotionally. I feel like with this generation now there are a lot of young adult parents and the young adult parents really don't know how to be their emotional support to their children because they didn't have emotional support growing up. Perfect example. I was raised around strong black women. When I say my mother and my grandmother went to church, they prayed. That was that. You got your A whooped when it was time, and we're going to pray for you, we're going to love you, we're going to feed you. It wasn't sitting down for sensitive stuff. You know what I'm saying? We weren't having those conversations. How are you emotionally, baby? What's going on? We weren't doing that because nigga, this is what you got to do when you get home from school. You clean up, take your school clothes off, you get your stuff, and then you go outside. You know what I'm saying? That's where, but now, the children are literally raising themselves, and what they see is what they project. So if they hear or see mom and daddy on the phone, this beat, let me tell you that. That's what they're going to project. You know what I'm saying? If they see, what's up, meet me here, and we fight, that's what they're projecting. And if they see alcoholism and drugs, and that's what they're projecting. And it's so serious. Like I'm middle school, I've seen kids come in my school stumbling like an alcoholic on the street. Because their parents are addicts and been struggling with that. Now they're raised by their grandparents who, I'm dead serious, y'all. When I say I'm like, okay, maybe, and I found out it was, no, she had 6, 7 shots before she got here. This, hey, girl, like, what we do, like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's totally different. So, when it comes to instilling respect in our children and all of that, I feel like it's our job now. You know what I'm saying? You know, teachers really have more jobs than y'all think. Like, people be thinking we just been in, no, we the nurse. We got to nurse. We got to teach girls the proper sanitary ways when it's that time of the month. We have to teach boys how to be gentlemen. Like my boys in my class, I don't live nothing. Any class that I have males in, grab their chair, put it over here, go to the top of that board, wipe it off, put the trash. Like we do all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So how do you all feel that these things, unfortunately, it's not our job to do it, but it's our job. So how do y'all feel about doing that, about not only being the teacher, but being the nurturer, the protector, sometimes provider, because we done had to do some stuff for our children outside of our, and then now we want to pay us, hell, and we have to help buy stuff. Anyway, keep going.
And then don't get no tax write-off.
And then don't get no tax, no nothing. That's $200. Talk about two. Well, you get a little, you get 200. Yeah, you know how much. Anyway. How do you all feel about going above and beyond your duties when it comes to teaching and modeling to your students just life lessons? You know what I'm saying? Just in any aspect, whether it's having to take them to the store to buy themselves, having to teach them how to do this, having to be that emotional support for them, having to teach them respect. How do y'all feel about doing that?
Hey, it's a passion of mine. I feel obligated. Because these are our babies, and if they're not getting it at home, they've got to you got to do your part. I just feel like as a teacher, I'm with your child more than you are, and I have to run my classroom for one. So if I'm going to run an effective classroom, and if I'm going to teach, and that's what they're paying me to do, I have to have control. I have to have a level of respect in my classroom so that students are learning, so that there's not interruption. And I tell them off top, respect is up here for me.
Yep.
Curriculum, respect is up here for me. I'm going to teach you, but we've got to have order and respect. And we have routines, we have, schedules to follow, we have things, and we're going to get those things done. And I'm not going to let anyone in here interrupt or mess it up for anybody else. It's just, for me, it's major. Because I don't care how pretty you are, handsome, how smart. If you are disrespectful, no one is going to want to fool with you. And I've been telling students that for 17 years. That's my same spiel. I do not care. You get doors open for you by being respectful. Period. That's what you're going to be remembered as. Not the scholar. They're going to think first about how you treat people and how respectful you are to everyone. I mean, that's just, for me, that's just number one on my list. I'm sorry. You may say, well, you're a teacher, you're supposed to be, and I do. The curriculum gets taught. Right. But so do life skills.
Life skills important.
I had a child that didn't know how to use a rotary phone.
Lord Jesus. A lot of kids don't. Yeah. Because
their mom, they ain't never had none. And then the grandmas don't be wanting to be
they don't know how to use the dial-up TV.
Who said that?
There's a lot of
Bernie Mac. The grandmama 30, great grandmama 35.
exactly.
I didn't mean rotary. I meant the
just the landline.
The landline phone with the
but rotary is the part of landline too.
Yeah, so, true. Yeah. But I mean, just simple stuff like we have to teach those things. Tying your shoe, and even teaching 3rd and 4th grade, y'all. Like these babies that you would think 9, 10, 11 years old should, things that you expect them to know that they don't know because there's, and I'm not trying to take no shots at nobody's home life, but there isn't anyone at home investing time in them. So when they come to school and there are things that they're not knowing, basic things, I feel inclined, like I would feel remiss not to, because I'm touching you in some kind of way. So I'm going to do what it is I need to do. I'm going to do my part. And then when you go on, you'll remember that. Hey, Smith tried to teach me how to do you know. So, like, even with the students I pull now, they know, like a little boy, and he's a sweetheart, but he's a fool. Like, he really is. A 5th grade little boy. He likes to fit in, like, because he's a leader, but he's not, but he's doing crazy stuff. So he has them following him for doing crazy things. So I'm constantly saying things, planting seeds in them. Like one time I saw him, it was an issue, something happened where the teacher's mom died or something. So they all came down to the classroom where me and Edwards were. And the kids were crying and he was there and he was holding the little boy, y'all. He was just, the little boy was crying and he was just, and I said, Water. I said, that was so sweet, the compassion that you were, because he's usually a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like he want to act a fool. And I said, you are a good kid at heart. You just do things. You make bad choices because you want people to think you're cool. I said, but you're compassionate. So then, a few days later when we had class, because I pulled him, he don't need to be pulled, but I pulled him. And a little boy was going over to he fell and hit the ground. A couple of kids laughed and Water ran over there. I said, there's that compassion again. And he just kind of looked up and smiled. So it's like little things like that kids need to hear you point out, because I'm all day in that classroom, the teacher is fussing at him. Sit down, Keontae. What you doing there? You know, and I'm going to point out, because now I have the opportunity where I can do that, because I'm on the outside now. I'm going to point those little things out to him so that he knows he has those good characteristics and quality. But respect, man, it's so underrated.
And I think we need to let our children know that too, that we have to model respect. So we want respect from you, but I'm going to respect you too. Because just as an adult, as a human being, period, what I expect from you is what I'm going to project. That's what I'm giving you. I can't expect you to respect me and I don't respect you. So we have to do that. And when we do, and our kids be thirsting, they are looking for somebody to find something good in them. Because Chad, I done heard a phone come and say, you ain't shit. Every time I say you ain't, don't nobody want to hear that. As an adult, you don't want to hear that. Right. So why do you think, I have a student, y'all, if anything happens and he has to call his mom, he literally has the worst anxiety attack. He, like, I'm like, dude, you just tell him that you ain't got your badge. That's protocol. You know, we gonna give you a temporary one. But he goes in. And I've heard conversations she's had with him when she went. So I done got to the point I was like, we ain't calling her today. Just go to the library, get your temp, and come on back. And you know, like, so that's a lot. That's dope. I love that. Mac, did you want to add anything to that?
I was just saying, it's in me, so I'm going to teach you the same thing. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm going to treat you like I want to. What come on,
Man, you gonna be retired and I'm gonna be at work looking crazy as hell.
These days, I'm probably still working.
Right, yeah, inflation.
That part. Set up. But I'm going to give it to you, so I'm going to show you.
Right.
I mean, like, even just coming in speaking, because people are already in the building or in the classroom, they don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, your folks should have told you that.
Oh my
I'm like, I don't know where the breakdown is. Because these parents are younger than us, but you got somebody in your...
They trying to be their friend.
Yeah.
You said it earlier.
Well, true. You got somebody...
Don't let them two distract you. The two that ain't even on the podcast.
I'm doing the most.
Look at Siri.
There she go. There go her hair. There she go right there.
Instead of being a distraction. Keep going, man. So we can move on. I ain't gonna be here with them. Okay, so at the end.
I'm sorry, let me add to that. Simple manners.
That's manners.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Thank you. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Like they don't, because people are not teaching them that. When I say y'all will be surprised. Well, that's another day. Anyway, let's just teach our children respect. Even if you can't teach them, model it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a struggle, unfortunately, for some people. But you just gotta put your pride to the side. Just model what you want your children to project. My baby know at home. Baby, I'm gonna fuss if I'll fuss if a hair strand is in a sink. Why you have this hair? But when she's in public, I promise, and I'm not bragging, I'm thanking God, because it wasn't nobody but the Lord and my amazing village, my mama, my daddy, my brothers, you know, my friends, my family that's been a part of her life. But she can go to, when she's in public, every report that I've got, she's so respectful, and she's kind. But let me fuss at you at the house, but you know what to do in public. So it's just all about modeling and teaching our children. So now we're about to get to the nitty gritty, and this is our little last part of this conversation, baby. Look at guys. See? Now, to the video. It's been rumors going around, allegedly, Smith was kind of finna hit on it earlier, but I'm finna go ahead and put the nail in the coffin, that this young lady has been known to be a bully, not only to other students, but unfortunately to the staff at her school. She's known allegedly to cause grief to a lot of the teachers, administrations, and even before this incident, she told the students, hey, record this, because I'm finna go in and I'm finna whoop this up. Hey, now that's just out there. That's just out there. Now, Spillers, in the podcast, when we're very, very diverse in our fields of education, a combination of middle school and elementary teachers in different fields. However, as a parent of a sophomore that's visible at the school, like, you know, I know these children a little different. You know what I'm saying? They just a little different. So I see the most. I see a lot. It's sad. Like, if you are not an educator, I really feel like that you really don't have much to say about this situation. Especially those who are saying that the teacher was wrong about, no. Come sit in the school, come substitute for a little bit. That's why y'all don't substitute down here. Y'all don't even want to watch your own children. So you definitely not going to come watch or sit and watch nobody else's children. But anyway, knowing that this young lady has a reputation, allegedly, that she has, and there's been several people posting about this and her, how do y'all feel about the sub? Now, word is that the young lady was charged too for assault. The student was charged for assault and the sub was charged for assault.
Amen.
Yeah. But how do you all feel about the sub? I heard the sub on a video, and she was saying that the girl pulled her braids out, and she's missing 2 inches of hair. Yeah, pulled about 2 inches of her hair out, and it was just a lot. And even from just watching the video, Lord, my nerves just bad. Anyway, how do you all just feel? Like, do y'all feel that the sub should have been charged? Or do you feel, even in the young lady, for me, I just feel like they should charge her mom and dad in it. But anyway, or whoever her guardians are. How do y'all feel about the charges?
I'm glad the student got charged.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
everybody.
Of course, we don't know what happened at the beginning of this video and how long the sub kept telling her to get out her space for her
Right.
to feel like,
Right.
I need to put my body in the way, push
Right.
it out the way. I don't, well, from what we saw, she was defending herself.
Yeah.
Take that charge away from her.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Little mama
it.
got what she was asking
Mhm.
for.
Yep.
After Ryan found out.
Yeah.
Like the kids say.
Asking
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you big bad and
Yeah.
the wolf got you instead of
After you get the
Yes.
wolf.
Yes.
I love
Especially with the reputation that child
it.
has.
Yes.
Yeah.
That alone.
And it was
Should.
plenty of comments on social media, people saying that this happened in their town or the town next to their town. There were plenty of comments of people that work in the education field saying that this girl had, you know, the reputation for being the bully of the school. And administration could never really do much because her whoever her guardians are always appealing stuff. And she literally, but just the way she was talking to the lady,
Oh, yeah.
give me my shit, you finna give me my shit.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Oh,
who
my
does
God.
that? On my
Yeah.
Like I said, she's done. I told you she's done this before.
Before,
and said,
normal for her.
like it was okay for her to walk up on this
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
She didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's happened before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right now, because it's on video,
Yeah.
y'all should already have a paper trail.
That's
Send
right.
her somewhere else.
And that's why
That's
I
right.
think they charged the girl too.
Yeah.
Because it's alleged videos out that says that they charged the substitute and the student, but I think they charged the student too because of her paper trail. So Smith, what you want to add to that?
That's necessary because at some point you have to be stopped.
Make an example.
I mean, an example has to be made out of you, because that's the problem now. These students know that we can't touch them.
And kids have more rights and privileges
Yes.
now than we do.
Baby, I done had a
Yes.
student, I promise the guy, y'all listen to me. I have had a student who cursed me out full throttle. Do y'all hear me? And men suspended him. Oh, you going to the house because we don't do that. Mama appealed it. Y'all know once they appeal, there's nothing we can do. They just back in school. This little boy came to my face. I promise to God I can't make this up. Because his friends, I'm a couple, it's like 3 of his friends that he hangs with. One of them is my advisory student, a couple of them are her students. I'm their favorite teacher. This little boy came to me and said, I wanted to talk to you for a second. So I'm like, about what? Because when I say stay clear of them, because I got a job, you know, I got bills. So at the end of the day, I'm staying clear. Anybody that's gonna jeopardize me acting a fool, to you know, pay my bills. I promised to God, y'all. This little boy said, I just want to apologize for cursing you out in the courtyard. Guess what I told him? You apologized to me, but you lied to your mama. So you need to go correct it with your mama. Didn't even accept his apology. Cause find you somebody to play with your mama. Cause your mama done came up to this school acting a whole fool, saying that we picking on your baby. And you done came to me and apologized to me. You need to go talk to your mama, bruh. And I said to him just like that, go talk to your mama. You ain't got nothing to say. When you tell your mama that when you admit to your mama you cursed me out, then come apologize to me and we can have some dialogue. But right now, you ain't talking about nothing because your mama done came up here and acted a whole fool and made this appeal, and then you came to me and apologized. And I literally told him, find you somebody to play with.
Yeah.
Don't come back to my door.
Right.
Just like that. Like, no.
Yeah.
Literally cursed me out, girl, and 2 feet high. And I can't do nothing but just report it to Ed. And I can't say nothing back. I can't. Because if I say something back, you know what I'm saying, he going to tell his mama I said something. I'm going to be at home on investigation without pay.
Right.
But 50 Chirren done heard him. Curse me. Everybody done heard. Security. Literally. Everybody done heard
We
him.
get treated like we're not human.
But
We
literally.
get treated like we're not
Literally.
human.
Literally.
Students and their parents are given all of these. I mean,
Goodness, it's so
y'all,
sad,
it's
y'all.
ridiculous. Y'all try to come for us.
Yes.
Y'all stay trying to come for us. But
Literally.
you don't realize the job that we really
Literally.
are faced with day in and day out. And you
Sad,
have to
man.
love it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you don't make it.
Literally.
Those are the ones that leave the profession.
Yep.
Because
3 years,
this
2
is the way
years.
it is. This is the reality of this thing.
And doing this, yeah, because I would.
I mean, it's just the reality of it. The students know we can't touch them.
Yep.
It's certain things, if we say it a certain way, they go home and they tell it and they twist it and then it's always some bull.
Yep.
You
Always.
know, it's almost like we don't have very much.
No
That's why
power.
you have to off top set your expectations
From day
strong
one.
and let your students know and build that respect, show them respect, they respect you. That's how you have to work that.
That's it.
Because if not, it's you're not gonna survive.
From day one. And when you have teachers coming to you saying, well, what are you doing?
There you
Because
go.
such and such is not doing this. He's doing this in my class, but I see you've never written them up. That's because I established those
There
rituals
you
and
go.
routines from day one. You know, literally, when I say you come in here, you play with your mama. Don't play with me.
Period.
Like, I came to do my job. So either you're going to come in here to learn or you're going to sit and look like you learning. You're not going to disrupt my class. And I'm not going to keep stopping my class every 5 seconds because you want to act a fool. No. And I'm one of those. And the school that I'm at is, I done had 10 parents to report me because I done came to this, because I done came to this new school with these rich shit, baby. Ain't nobody used to their child being talked crazy to.
No.
That's because people scared of you. I'm not scared of you. They're not worried about your child. They're scared of the parents' backlash. I'm not.
Right.
I can't, and I say the same thing. Listen, I come to do a job. Now, what y'all got going on at home or what he doing or she doing other classes ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
And here, this what you gonna do. And if you don't want to do it, take them out. Pull them out.
Right.
Bye.
That's right.
Goodbye.
That's right.
Goodbye. And first of all, if they was doing what they supposed to do in their other classes, they wouldn't be in the reading class.
Right.
So and I say that too. Well, and the first thing I say, well, let's be clear. This is a remedial class. This class is taking place of an elective. So if your child was doing what they were supposed to do in the other class, they probably would be an elective, in an elective class.
Right.
We got choir, we got drama, we got
Isn't that
band, we got East Agriculture, East Lab. We got
Wow.
like 7, 8 different electives, baby.
But
But they didn't have a choice because they in here with me.
Right.
So this how I do it when they ain't here with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not to like demean them or to be like superior or
It's just the
anything.
reality of the
It's the
situation.
reality of the situation. Somebody asked me the other day, do you teach special needs students? No. No, I don't. Ain't nobody in there, especially people in there,
There you go.
because they ain't been doing writing their English and reading classes.
That's right.
So they in an additional class and
Right.
can't get an elective. Cause back in our day, I think it was called like reading, like extra reading or something. Cause I had a couple of friends and I was like, bro, you got these wise, bro. Like, ooh, bro.
The kids know.
That ain't good.
They know.
Cause you in junior high school, baby, you on the K-Wing, you go to the side, bro, you struggling. So I'm just saying, so it's something that, like, you know, as educators, we get the backlash of it all when it really don't be our fault, and it's not fair. It's so not fair. So my message to the parents is, don't take for granted who's watching your children every day, all day. Because truth be told, Monday through Friday, your babies are with us more than they're with you.
Right.
They get home, they just get time to do their homework, eat, and go to sleep. But they're with us all day, every day. Only time you really understand what we're going through if it's a break or an emergency AMI day or something, to where they gotta be at home with you. Other than that, y'all ain't feeling what we're going through.
And then you ain't got 19 other little personalities.
Literally.
Other than your child.
Correct.
So please don't come for me because your son won't sit down.
That part, and that's another thing. Y'all want us to put y'all dang on babies on the pedestal and put them up here, and we got 500 other children we got to do. No, your baby's special to you, baby. But to us, they just like everybody else.
Exactly.
Your baby gonna be the 100 others that we get.
And it's not, we don't want y'all to get this twisted to think that we are just heartless bulldogs.
Yeah, get it.
You have
Break
to.
it down, cause I'm mad as hell. I don't feel better. Cause hell, I ain't get mad.
Let me clear this up. We do it because we love it. We
Mmm.
do it because we love your children.
Mmm.
That's why we put the time and the effort into what we do,
Mmm.
because of the passion that we have for it.
Mmm.
So yeah, when you're passionate about something, you gonna go in about it.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna check your child, but I'm gonna love them too.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do what Ida Branch at Washington.
Come on,
she-
Ida. That was
Listen,
my
I'm
6th grade
gonna
teacher.
go ahead and quote her.
Yeah.
You break them down and you build them back
Build
up.
them up, baby.
She
That's
said, you don't break them down and don't build them back and then you love on them
That was my
at the
sister
same
and
time. And that children know.
They know.
They are the best discerners on earth.
Yes, Lord.
They know when you love them.
Yes.
They know when you mean well. They know when you're genuine. They know. And those are the ones that come back to see you.
All the time, talking about years later. They
I had a
come
little
back
girl
to
that
see you.
swung a pencil at me. She came back and said, because you know my maiden name, Miss Mix, you remember when I swung that pencil at you? I said, yeah, I'm going to take your head off. She was like, you be so proud of me now. I know I was crazy. But that little girl was off the chain.
Yeah.
But I handled her.
Yep.
And she knew I loved her.
Yep.
So they know.
Yep.
Children know, and they know when you full of fluff. They know who to play with, and they know who not to play with. That's why that teacher was coming and asking you what you doing.
Exactly.
Because she knows that you are respected by that student because you're not gonna take that mess.
And I promise
And
to
they like
God,
that structure too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And these folks that don't give them to parents or other teachers or administrators, they gonna run all over you.
That's it.
And they're
it.
gonna save it just for you.
Just for you. Anything that they got going on bad, they point it out on you. And I promise to God, another student said that they heard the teacher say, "What are you doing?" Blah blah blah. I promise to God, this little girl, not even my student, y'all. Oh, Miss Wilson don't play with her.
Period.
Said it just like that.
And that's
And
a
I was
period
like,
at the end of that.
literally, because
When she
I don't.
said, yeah.
I don't. It's gonna be the end
And
of the
they
school year.
want to be with you.
That's it all the time.
Yeah.
It's we gonna be in May, and I have students now that I'm just now smiling at. Like literally, 8th graders.
Yes.
Like, they ain't been with, one of them said, Jack, I just said, he know who I'm talking about. Last week, they ain't been with. This my first time seeing you smile all year. You ain't giving me a reason to smile. So this right here, just smile. Now
Right.
get that unit assessment done so we can move on. Like,
Business.
you know, but
Yeah.
like you said, it's what you establish from day one. It can be loving, but
Yeah.
respect, like Smith said, it's up here. It's the top of the ceiling. You know how they had the triarchy of things, the hierarchy of things. I said triarchy, Lord. Yeah. It was the rock town. It was get that damn, that dang can down. Get no worse. Look, Don Simmons threw up this Delta thing, child. The baby curse. Help me, Lord. But it's the hierarchy of things. You know how they say it's like God, family.
There you go.
You know, and with me in my classroom, baby, we ain't doing I don't care who district it is. We not doing curriculum first, nothing. At the top is respect. My number one classroom norm is respect me and others. Like, I don't care what you got. Even my students that come in, I have a student normally loves me forever, but she's moody. And she comes in like that, and I tell her, what you project is what you're gonna get. Like, you're not gonna come in here with an attitude, and then as soon as the boy you like come in class, you wanna talk. No, you keep that same energy, sis.
Yeah.
Because life gonna show you that is not how you're going to do it, and that's how we have to raise our children.
Yes.
We have to raise our children like we want them to know the world ain't got nothing on what we doing.
That's
like,
right.
baby, we trying to help you, because
That's
when you
right.
get in that world, baby,
Yeah.
it's some real ignorant foolishness going on out there. Okay.
And they don't care a thing about you.
Not nothing about you, your mama, no,
And
your
care even less
accolades.
about you because of the melanin in your skin.
That's it. And don't be melanated, baby. You really gonna be placed at the bottom of the totem pole for them.
But you know, like I've learned teaching virtually. You know, I taught virtually last year. It doesn't matter the nationality, the race. The parents know we the stuff too.
Do.
Baby, they reach out. Oh,
Cause they need help.
baby, listen, they gonna reach out and let you know. And even I taught virtually last year, y'all. I'm across a screen. This little boy, Caucasian little boy, his mother, because you know when the shots and stuff came out, they start sending, parents started sending their students back to school once they got the vaccine. She sent me a message and asked me to call her, a Caucasian little boy, and I called her, and she was like, I just wanted you, to check in with you because I won't say his little
Billy.
Yeah, Billy's I know, and I said the little boy's name earlier. Oh Lord, I said his whole name. But anyway, Billy's going back to school, and I just found out his teacher's gonna be out on medical leave for some reason. And I went to the administrators and I told them, well, Billy he was getting taught virtually, and he has a teacher, and oh my gosh, she's amazing. And across the computer screen, I just know she'll be great in person. So I put your name out there, and you can go fill out the application.
She wants to teach Billy.
You can be his teacher, and I'm gonna send me a virtual Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter, y'all.
Yep.
Black, white,
Yep.
you know, Indian, Hispanic. When you love them and when you do right by them,
Mhm.
they know.
Yeah.
They know, regardless of the fact. They
And
know.
they'll do right by you because
That's
I
right.
have advisory students, and the class that I teach is a remedial course. But I have an advisory class which is very diverse. I think 2 of my students are in there, but the other students are literally honor students. Like one of them ain't made a less than a 90 on the test. Forget class, but less than 90% on an assessment. And parents crazy about me. I just see him every day for 45 minutes. Brought me a $50 gift card. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, when they know you love them and you support them, they are going to do what's necessary. But you also you have to be realistic with the people. We can't make them feel like, because we don't want to hear the blues or don't want to hear what they got to say, oh, your child is wrong. No, sis, we struggling. And until we do this, it's going to be a struggle. But if they're doing amazing, give it to them. You know what I'm saying? And like she said earlier, children feel that. You know what I'm saying? So it's also what you project as well. I love that. So at the end of the day, we just come to the conclusion that the sub went wrong. She ain't did nothing wrong because if you come knocking, if you bucking in this well said. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know what my reflex is gonna be. It may be a walk off, it may be a punch back in the face, and it may be a restraint and a call somebody like she did. It may be one. I don't know what it's going to be, but y'all need to teach your
Don't be in that position.
That's it. Teach your children who to play with. Like teach your children that these teachers. Because if you as a parent feel like you want to give regret, it's easy for us then to put restraining orders to do all like we.
That's right.
Because that's me. Like I'm gonna defend if I have to defend myself. But I promise you, I'm going to the people after that because I'm not gonna play with nobody. Like
And
we
I
shouldn't have to.
on my job.
And we should not have to. That part.
Yeah, we're human, and we just like you don't want us putting our hands on your children, they're not gonna put their hands on us.
That part. And but I mean,
Simple as that.
even if they put their hands on you, they're not putting their hands on
They
us.
can put, hey, if that's what you do at your house, that's y'all's business.
That's it.
But no.
Don't try it.
Somebody else do it. Did y'all have anything else y'all want to add to that? Y'all good? There we go. Smith and Simmy and Von Von. You gotta get the microphone if you gonna say something. Right here, the microphone, Smith. You good? All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this segment up with Spill Encouragement Spills. Y'all know normally I stop and wait for everybody to leave. But y'all know I'm just getting back from Atlanta. I'm trying to race, so I'm gonna wrap it up with y'all now. So spillers, especially my spillers with school-age children. Children are not perfect. We totally understand that. We were once children, so we know what children are capable of. However, RESPECT cannot be duplicated. It has to be taught, it has to be learned, and it has to be earned. We have to train our children in the way that they should go. Matter of fact, Proverbs 13:24 tells us if we love our children, we are careful to discipline them. Spare the rod, baby, spoil the child. Who's spoiling who? We not doing it. Life is very short, spillers, and we are definitely living in the last days. When we see that our children are out of line or going in the wrong direction, it is our duty, our responsibility to order their steps. We have to teach them, direct them, guide them, love them, but most importantly, what Proverbs 13:24 say, we gotta discipline them. If we don't, the world will, and that is not what you want in your life.
Not with love.
So I've said it before and I will say it again. What we do not teach our children, the world is going to teach them. And we ain't got time for that, okay? I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Until next time, this is your girl, Mrs. Wilson and the Teachers Squad. And we are signing out. Say bye, Spillers.
Bye,